2012 is going to be the year of TEChBrits.
Wow, things have changed.
Not quite. Welcome to our year in review.
Yeah,
It is the last ever time you will see us in 2012.
Yeah, so it has been a hell of a journey, and we do, of course, thank you for joining us and promoting us and sharing us and submitting stories and just basically being awesome over the past
exactly.
year.
Being the most awesome audience on the goddamn internet.
Yeah.
We want to quickly, before we sort of go on to our top, what we've decided is the top things of 2012. I do want to quickly talk about the show.
Yeah.
Because as you saw from the intro then, a lot has changed.
It has. I mean, literally everything from sort of our styles. Like, we've decided to make the show a bit more kind of casual and a bit more friendly and a bit more, come join us, sit down on the couch and let's have a discussion.
Sit in your metaphorical chair on the other side of this coffee table.
Yeah.
Mr. Robot,
I was going to
come on
say,
now,
all
God,
of that's gone. It's a bit more relaxed
I mean,
now.
we got rid of all the mini sort of
Yeah.
skits on the sides, and I think that's kind of worked out well in our favour.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we have experimented with a couple of different things. I mean, first we went on to like really long content, went on to about 40 minutes, but that was a bit too long. So now we've shortened it down again, so it's a bit more snappy, but it's still a show.
Yeah,
it's still something you can come back to each week.
Yeah, that's like we don't want to. We've never wanted to sort of, well, we did at the start, but we never wanted to sort of be just videos you watch. If you want a review, you come to us. No, we don't want to. We want to be something. We want to be part of your day.
Yeah.
Like
your week.
Yeah, we want to be part of your week. We want to be the same as if Breaking Bad comes on the TV. You want to, you want to watch the episode. We want to be that sort of place. I mean, the set itself. I mean, that's changed twice this year. We originally had the laptop in the middle with the PS2.
We had laptops here as well.
We had laptops. We switched to tablets.
The entire equipment's changed. We've got new cameras. We've got new mics. It's growing.
It is growing.
And of course, like we said, it's all thanks to you guys.
I mean, would we be here at the end of the year without the fantastic audience?
I'd probably still be here carrying on.
And I'd be wondering what the hell I'm doing in my house.
I was going to say, you'd be like, seriously, Ryan, bugger off now. Like, it's time to go. I'd be like, no, I refuse to let this go.
But anyway, 2012 has come to an end, and we do want to talk about quickly some of the top things we thought have come in 2012. 2012 has been a year of amazing tech, amazing innovation.
Oh yeah.
So
seriously, right in this list, it sort of brings back all the sort of memories and I mean, if you challenge any of these, then feel free. Write in the comments.
These are our opinions, and obviously you may disagree. So please let us know.
Yeah.
So start off.
Right. Let's kick off. First of all, let's talk about, like you said, it was a very innovative year. So let's just talk about the two most innovative services.
Okay.
My top pick would be Xbox Smart Glass.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant extension of your viewing experiences, your gaming experiences, and being able to play content and view information and extra interactivity to that content.
It is the first time that we've really seen dual screen, like secondary display, really go mainstream and sort of be useful. When I saw the demo over in London, I was really impressed with the fact that, it was not just characters in this film, it was characters in this scene, in this very second.
Yeah.
I thought, Smart Glass is definitely up there.
Yeah, it's truly brilliant, and I'll be honest, for something to come out so slick that works so seamlessly, as quite a few things from Microsoft this year.
And it's multi-platform.
It's shocking. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
And I'm very impressed that Microsoft have kind of gone, people do use iOS products, people do use Android products.
Yeah.
But speaking of Android, I mean, Google also unveiled Google Now.
Yes, and I mean, that again is fantastic. I mean, just of course the main use is on your mobile, so wherever you are, whether you're standing at a train platform, it instantly knows where you are. It's a little bit creepy. But then it will automatically tell you the information you need at that moment. So it will tell you when the next train's come in. It will tell you how long it's going to take to get home. It will tell you what the weather's like in the destination that you're going to. it's just
It's got.
fantastic.
I mean, from just what I've played around with and sort of the really basic features, not just the Google Now, but like Google Search has also been amazing. Sort of on mobile now.
Yeah.
Where you can ask a question and it doesn't just give you a list of links, it gives you the answer and then the list of links.
Yeah, using their knowledge graph, which, of course, being Google,
it's a huge knowledge graph.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty much, of course, playing to their strengths.
Yeah.
It works brilliantly.
So, let's talk tablet. Now, before we go on to big tablets, like this bulky thing, let's talk 7-inch tablets. The tiny little, sleek little...
Like these little ones.
We've had a few this year. We've had the Nexus 7... the iPad Mini, that's technically an 8-inch. Well, no, go on there.
Close.
The Kindle Fire HD.
Yeah, we've had the Nook.
Playbook 2.
Yeah.
We've had a few.
There's been a few. But of course, I mean, in our opinion, leading the pack.
Yeah, even for me, as like a
Nexus
massive
7.
Apple fanboy, it is the Nexus 7. I mean...
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, a couple of the reasons why. I mean... First of all, the resolution of the display. It's the highest resolution of all of them, which was, of course, what was disappointing me about the iPad Mini. Like, Apple could easily have had the jump there on them. It also has a slight bezel, which means that, unlike the iPad Mini, you're not covering half the screen with your...
See, I don't like that. I don't know. I mean,
It depends in when you actually use it. I mean, you have a bezel there.
I know. I don't like the bezel. Like when they did reveal the iPad Mini, I love the fact they got rid of the bezel.
Yeah, but no, I mean, when you actually use the iPad Mini side by side with the Nexus, then you'll realise, and I'm not the only person to say that. If you go across a lot of the reviews, I mean, I tend to make up my own opinion, but most reviewers will agree with me that it is so much.
I think you're agreeing with most reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
You agree. You make up your own opinion that happens to coincide with the reviews. You go, I agree with Ryan Knows from TEChBrits.
They probably do.
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah.
They're all watching.
Yeah.
Hi.
I was going to say. Somewhere, I think, the whole time scale of that puts me in the wrong. But, I agree with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
But of course, the iPad Mini is a close runner-up. Like I said, if it wasn't for the resolution of the display and the sort of the price premium you pay, because it's a damn good price.
I mean, it's the price and the fact that a lot of people who want the iPad Mini already have the iPad.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really have a home for people who have the iPad. Like, for me, I prefer the 10-inch form factor myself because it gives me more real estate to work with. It gives me, it's kind of... I would like a smaller device now that I've got something to AirPlay to, so that I can do real racing and stuff. I'd probably just get a new iPhone 5 to sort of have that as a controller, because this is a bit bulky to be a controller, but it does work.
Yeah, but I mean, the iPad Mini is unbeatable in design. It's
beautiful.
It's
gorgeous. It just looks like it looks like a really big iPod Touch.
Yeah, again, there's sort of a couple of gripes again about the usage. Like, it's not. Again, I'm not gonna quit too many reviewers, but like the reviewer that I read earlier said it very right, that it feels more like a device you have to wrap up in wool and cuddle, and that like it's slippery because it's aluminium and like it feels like it could break. Whereas this, like, sort of just I can chuck this anywhere pretty much. And it's a very, very sort of solid device, and it's not going to smash everywhere. But it's very just chuck in your pocket and go.
Well, we talked about the 7-inch. We talked about the 7-inch. Let's move over to the bigger sort of models. I think the iPad. It has.
I do agree. I still think that the best tablet is still the iPad at the moment. Of course, I mean, I'll be a bit biased in saying that I think the Surface will eventually have the edge on it.
Once you get the Surface Pro.
Well, once you get the Surface Pro, but even the Surface RT, as soon as it gets more sort of apps, and of course when the updates come out to just fix a couple of those gripes. But yeah, I think currently the iPad still is holding the frame.
We've had 2 iPads this year. We've had the iPad 3 and the iPad 4. So I think we're going to say the iPad 4 just because it's got nicer insides, but poor Ryan buying a 3.
I mean, they're going to do it again, apparently. Apparently the iPhone 5S is coming like around March or something like that.
I might get that.
Yeah, I mean, all the specs are leaked for it. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's finally catching up.
Like I said, I'm still looking for an iOS 7.
Yes. Yes, no, I agree. It's been a very transitional period.
We won't. Yeah, it's been an odd few months. Anyway, let's talk about the most game-changing thing, like just generally anything tech related.
Yeah.
And I think we both agreed on the phone last night. Kickstarter.
Yes. Now, Kickstarter, of course, first started in the US. It's now launched here in the UK. But it allows those independent developers and independent entrepreneurs that just, like, have a brilliant idea to actually get it funded and started. And that's something that a lot of people, all these great ideas, they would have just been shunned under the carpet because they wouldn't have had no financial backing.
I think it is good to sort of, instead of going, hey, you know, dragons, I've got this really big idea, give me money. It is kind of, hey, people who are going to buy this product, I have a really good idea, would you buy it?
Exactly, I've bought and funded and helped fund so many of these projects. I mean, I've still got...
We've reviewed a few of them on the show.
Yeah, I've got a few on the show. I know I reviewed the Slingshot, I believe, as well as a few others, but I've still got like the Pebble to come, if that ever eventually gets here. But it's looking fantastic. There's the Ouya, the Android game console.
Yeah,
that's coming. I've got my username registered for it.
I might have to start doing some Kickstarter stuff.
Yeah, it's actually exciting to follow their progress because obviously you get constant updates about exactly where it's going. And
I mean, I read earlier this week the Pebbles had its final colours announced. The Pebble Watch, of course, we're talking about. We can't finish this year without mentioning them one more time. We had a period where we just mentioned them every week. But they've got their final colours now, which is black, white, red. No, black, white, orange.
Yeah, they've got a green one, I think.
Two more.
I got the white.
But yeah, Kickstarter, Indiegogo type services, we think this year has really blown up and kind of changed everything.
Bringing back to the Surface, I think that has to be sort of mentioned in this category as well, just because it has the most potential to be game changing. It has the most potential to be a complete and utter failure as well.
So it's not the Surface, it's the Surface potential.
Yeah, well, and I'm talking mainly about the Surface Pro as well, because it has the potential to be a tablet, an ultrabook, a desktop, and the thing is that it may fail in trying to be too many things at once. But at least on paper, and playing with the original Surface, like, it has some gripes that they can now fix in the Surface Pro, but I think it has fantastic.
We'll have to wait until 2013 to see about that. Let's move on to the most innovative smartphone. Now this year has to go to the iPhone 5. I'm kidding, by the way.
Yeah, we're joking. For a brief second, I was like, "You're not serious."
Well, the iPhone 5 does win an award.
Yes, somewhere. No, the most innovative smartphone, I think, and it has to come from a pretty ballsy company because that was actually their tagline, is the Lumia 920. Now, I say this because of course, all the pure things that go into it, the pure view camera, the pure motion screen, the high sensitivity screen as well. So the pure motion comes into sensitivity and the
Lumia 920, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, just
in yellow.
Wireless charging as well.
In yellow.
In yellow, that I still can't get hold of. Yeah.
Right.
Run up to that is the Droid DNA, the first of many to come. There's been a load announced lately of 1080p smartphones.
Dude, you really need that many pixels on a smartphone?
Well, you wouldn't think so, but then everyone who uses these devices say how the pixels are literally like melting off the screen now, but I don't know why that's a good thing.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not a massive benefit to you, but...
Best deal of the year. Okay, this has just got one winner. Because it doesn't need a runner-up. The Nexus 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. I mean, it's
cheap, it's affordable, it's good.
It's even more than good. It's one of the best out there. It's utterly fantastic.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Now, I did say the iPhone 5 won an award for biggest disappointment of the year. Oh. It was kind of a flop. I mean, they made the form factor again. I've outstanded us. We both agreed that I've completely blew us away with the form factor, but it was really the iOS that let us down.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of problems with the form factor as well, with like all the crumbling and things going on with that as well.
Temperamental. But what I mean is the fact that they managed to make it thinner.
Yes, that is an
taller.
absolute marvel. Like how light it is. I don't like how light it is, but it is an absolute design marvel.
But iOS 6 let it down.
Yeah, I was going to say that is the biggest disappointment was iOS 6. I mean, pretty much the biggest thing that came with that was Apple Maps, which
has it's a winner of its own.
Which is our next category, the biggest failure of the year.
Apple Maps, like even Apple didn't like Apple Maps in the end.
I know.
Scott Forrester lost his job because Apple didn't like Apple Maps.
Yeah, I know. I have no words to say really for Apple this year. I have to put it down to being, like I said, a very transitionary period. That it must be very messed up at Apple at the moment, and
I mean, the whole of 2012 has been a new era because obviously we lost Steve. 2012 has been entirely run by Cook. We've had firings, we've had people leaving, we've had it's a weird moment, like weird time period, like you said. But I reckon 2013, maybe a year, they might kick it back up.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds harsh, but of course I'm a bit glad because of as much as I want all of them to succeed, now people are looking at the competition as well, and it's helping the competition up, and now there's more of a battle again.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. We just need a battle for Christmas #1 again, and we'll be sorted for battles. Let's move on because this is your forte. Ryan, what is the best console shooter game you've played this year?
It would have to be Far Cry 3, I think, just because of the sheer scope of it, and you just want to constantly, and even now, I want to jump back into it and explore the jungles.
Yeah, you can't leave just yet.
No. I'm chained down your veer, you can't actually see it. But, help me. But, that's the other body back there. But yeah, I want to jump back in, and it makes you feel primal. It makes you feel like you're actually this guy surviving in the jungle, and you have like all these animals. You have like tigers randomly attack you, or sometimes like help you out because you're like raiding a base, and like a freaking bear will come in and start slaughtering everyone, and it's crazy, but it's brilliant. I mean, it's lit down by a couple of things like the draw distance. I'm not 100% keen on because sometimes things won't appear until you're next to them and that sort of thing, but it is a fantastic game. And of course, runner-up to that, I think, would be Halo 4.
Just for you.
Just for me. No, because it is a fantastic story. It's the only one that's got me gripped. It's the return of someone that I hold very dear, the Master Chief. And the multiplayer is next to none. I play that constantly, but again, I'll probably have some rivals to that.
So the best multiplayer, is Halo 4 the winner in the best multiplayer category for you?
For me, it is. But I'm trying to think of my viewers, and that would probably, of course, be Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2, it's a huge franchise, it's a huge game. I've not played it. I've said many times on the show I don't console game. But yeah, I can see why Black Ops 2 would be...
Yeah, I do like it. It's very fast, very frantic. That's what people like it. They just jump in and just go mad. And they've added some pretty cool features this year. Like you can actually like stream live games, and you can like post them to YouTube and everything, and it's very cool.
I know my winner for next year's category already.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, my runner-up to that, and what I actually prefer to that is Battlefield 3, just again because of the scope of it. I prefer the fact that they're like massive maps, and you've got to coordinate your squad. And
you see a lot of people kind of, it depends what type. Like for me personally, if I were to play an FPS, as much as the scope is nice and it's cool, if you can just jump into a game and just have like a tiny map, like almost like a capture the flag paintballing map almost.
Yeah.
That time, because then you're not spending hours walking around.
That is it. I mean, it depends on how much time you got to spend on it. Like if you want quick short burst games, then of course Black Ops. If you want long ones, but then like I say, you're not trudging around. You get like jets and you get like helicopters and just. It gets all manic. It's like a proper full-scale war on Battlefield, and
you look like you're getting really into that.
I am. I really want to play it again now. I haven't played it in like a whole...
because a game we both agreed on earlier this year for the winner of the best remake has to be Black Mesa.
Yeah.
Wow. If you go back to the episode, you can't miss it. It's the one with the Black Mesa logo in the thumbnail. But if you go back to you can hear our thoughts. Black Mesa was the return of Half-Life 1 in the Half-Life 2 Source engine. In the newer Source engine.
Yeah. And then they just completely revamped all the textures and everything as well, made them all HD. They look one of the best graphics that I've seen on a game this year, and from probably my actual favourite franchise as well.
It's fantastic. We still want Half-Life 3 though, please.
But it's free as well.
Yes, that is the thing is, I don't even have a PC to play it on, and I still managed to enjoy it with some trickery, and I explained all that, but
just absolute props to the developers. Honestly,
No.
it's been a long time in development, but what they've achieved is
it just proves things will come if you wait.
Yeah, like our runner-up.
Woohoo!
But this was from a big studio, so
And it's 10 years. We waited 10 years.
Yeah, of course, Vice City for iOS. It's a fantastic remake.
It's the same
nostalgic.
game.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's the same. It's beautiful. Most addictive game now. We only really found this one recently, and it is a mobile game. It is an iOS game, but letterpress. It's not what we thought we would be picking for this category. It's a word game that you use words for.
Yeah. Well, again, it's very. I say it's very quick. It's very slow paced. Like you just basically put out a word, and then you don't have to reply to it instantly. Your other friend will get a notification saying it's your turn. And they can do it whenever they want. So it's not frantic. You can just sort of pick it up whenever you've got time, play your word. But it's very addictive. It's fun. And it's done in a Metro kind of style, which a lot of apps have been this year. So well done, Microsoft.
Smile.
I'm just proud. I'm just very, very proud that I can brag that Microsoft has some awesome design. What happened there?
Metro is a nice design. I've already said my gripes of Metro, my gripes of Metro design, but it is a nice design. Final one, the winner of the 2012 Best Service. Now, what did you put for this?
I put Foursquare because whenever I go to a new city, that's instantly the thing I open up, and you get fantastic recommendations about the best place to eat nearby, the best place to visit, so you miss nothing. Whenever you go to a new city, you want to make the most of your time there. And it's gone from a check-in service, which it still, of course, is as well, to more of a discovery and exploration service. And it's one that I think is indispensable.
Your runner-up?
My runner-up?
I don't use Foursquare, so I kind of...
Yeah,
yes.
You really need to...
Yes, Ryan.
You really need to start using it more. My runner-up service would be Netflix. Now, Netflix was a bit worrying at the start because it didn't have that much content, but it has grown pretty substantially. They're still in a battle, I think, with Sky for the movies, but the TV shows, brilliant. Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, just the list of Dexter, the list is endless. I'm watching at the moment.
Well, my best service for 2012, despite its changes and it's messed up a couple times and we've had a few hiccups, has to be. It's not just 2012. It was released in 2005.
I'm on edge. The rest of this was all in the nose. This isn't in the nose.
The rest of it was released. It didn't come out this year. I would like to quickly clarify that, but it has had a massive year for both of us. It's YouTube.
True.
The best service for us has to be YouTube. I mean, without YouTube, you would not be watching this. Like, now, you might be watching it on a different site and they would have won the award. But, it's allowed us to bring you content every week for over a year now.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I must admit that, a lot of you guys have become friends of ours. We chat to you on a general basis.
Yeah.
We always welcome more of you.
Yeah.
And we go to these gatherings. We met a load of friends that, again, we see each week now. And it's
amazing. And it's not just the tech community. I mean, the vlogging community, the sketch community, the whole YouTube community is absolutely insane. And we want to thank you all for sort of letting us be here. And, giving us the strength and the willpower to kind of go on and make a weekly show
Yeah.
To entertain you guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, so thank you for that.
Try not to tear up. So before I do, you make me lose all my obvious manliness.
Yeah, so before we go, we're going to say it one last time for 2012. Please check out all the links in the description for links to services that we've mentioned, games we've mentioned, that sort of thing. Obviously, you'll find our links, our Twitter links, our email links, our Facebook links, our MySpace links.
However that pans out.
Yeah. If it's still up in a couple of weeks. We are filming this slightly beforehand. Sorry to ruin the magic. But yeah, thank you very much for 2012. And for the one last time for 2012, you want to do it with me?
Well,
one last time?
I think it has to be done, doesn't it?
Ciao.